Welcome back to MJ Show and Tell, the home for any Michael Jackson fan. The King of Pop is the world's greatest entertainer, and we need to keep his legacy alive. Did you know that Michael loved and cared for a variety of animals throughout his life? Michael Jackson's love for animals was well known. He owned a variety of pets throughout his life. Jackson's love of animals began in childhood when he had a pet rat named Ben, which had its own song named after it. Jackson also owned more common animals like cats and dogs, to chimpanzees and even tigers. Michael's Neverland Ranch was a large estate which was home to a variety of animals with its own zoo, reflecting Jackson's desire to be around and care for all the animals housed at his home at Neverland. During the early 1980s, Jackson owned a boa constrictor called Muscles and a llama called Louie. But Michael Jackson's most famous pet of all was Bubbles the chimpanzee. Jackson bought Bubbles from a Texas research facility in 1983, and the pair became inseparable. Bubbles traveled with Jackson on his Bad World tour, ate at his table, and even learnt to moonwalk. In addition to Bubbles, Jackson reportedly owned other chimpanzees, though Bubbles was the most well-known.
In 1983, Michael Jackson adopted Bubbles. The two were often seen in public together, with Bubbles frequently traveling with Jackson. The chimp became the world's most famous pet. Bubbles became a famous companion of Michael Jackson during the peak of his career in the 1980s. He traveled with Jackson, appeared in music videos, and even had a custom-built room in Jackson's Neverland Ranch. Bubbles wore clothes and traveled with the King of Pop on his Bad World Tour in Japan 1987, and various other trips around the world. Michael and Bubbles were inseparable for a number of years, initially living in Jackson's Encino home until 1988. Jackson says, "Bubbles is like my child, he's my best friend, we have a special bond." Michael even taught Bubbles how to moonwalk. Bubbles clearly missed Michael after they parted, and he has not been told of Michael's death. Today Bubbles lives at the Center for Great Apes in Wauchula, Florida, the retirement home where Bubbles has lived since 2005. He's reportedly doing well, and the Jackson estate has been paying Bubbles' annual care cost since 2009.